As parties prepare for their primaries, the screening committee of the All Progressive Congress (APC) has threatened to abandon aspirants with criminal records who may fail to disclose it to the party. The party warned that it will not come to the aid of any aspirant whose case of misconduct, including fraud and conviction, who does not use the opportunity provided by the screening exercise to divulge it before the panel. This was one of the issues raised on Sunday by the committee when aspirants for the National Assembly appeared for the exercise. Some aspirants told Nigerian Tribune. Other questions posed to the aspirants covered evidence of disengagement from their place of work, payment of 7,600 annual dues, and clearance in case of conviction. The committee, however, gave a window of opportunity for some aspirants who had issues with payment of annual dues and their credentials, while those that defaulted on the dues were advised to rectify the problem in an office within the screening center. Those that complained that they forgot to come with part of their credentials were asked to bring them before the committee concluded its sitting on Sunday. Each aspirant was also asked to state what he knew on the content of the manifesto of the ruling party during the screening. Besides, though a few of the aspirants filled the controversial form that requires them to consent to withdraw from the race if need be, many left it blank since the court said such a document was invalid and illegal. As aspirant confirmed that at least 90 party faithful spread across the constituency of an aspirant signed the nomination and expression of interest forms of each of the aspirants for the House of Representatives. There were 9 panels, with each panel comprising a group of states ranging from 3 to 5 for the purpose of the screening exercise. According to some of the aspirants who spoke to Nigerian Tribune, each aspirant was asked to provide a duly signed copy of his letter of disengagement from his place of work and where he claimed to have a higher academic certificate but had never worked. He was asked to provide his National Youth Service Corps NYC discharge certificate and tax clearance. APC, their screening process is getting tighter and tighter. We know a week ago they released that each aspirant need to produce about 3,700 votes from delegates, signatures signatures from delegates all across the country, and these delegates includes governors, sitting governors, former governors, senators, different persons all over the country, even in the Federal Capital Territory. They have to get 3,700, so from all of them. So as they are battling with that, APC has come up with threats again to aspirants, warning them that those that would not declare their criminal records, that there will be no mercy and there will be no second chance for them to explain why they are not disclosing it or why they didn't disclose it in the first place, that they are going to be very strict. Screening, as the screening commences, as it goes on, they've also talked about credentials as well, that those that don't produce their credentials, all of these politicians, we know most of them, they've had a lot of criminal allegations on their head. Criminal allegations stand in some EFCC case. We know most of them. Bola Tinubu, the bullion van one, that one is still there. For some reason, it's just been back and forth. It's not been looked into properly. That was why when he declared his intentions to run for presidency, that was one thing Nigerians brought out again. Most of them, but if you look at this all of these aspirants, only a few of them that don't have any fraud allegation on their head or even criminal record. Osibanjo is one of them. But Nigerians are stating that even with that, it's not likely for him to be able to push through all of the cabals within the presidency and who they are in support of, who they are fighting for, who they are working for. But the party has made it very clear anyways that that is one area they're going to be looking to. That might even probably lead some people in dropping out of the race. We recall recently the Senate Chief Whip, Orji Uzokalo, he dropped out of the race. We don't know if it's his case. You know, he was in prison before. He was in Keju prison when the Supreme Court judgment overturned the judgment passed against him. They said the charges were not The charges have not been thrown away, but it's the judgment that the judge who sat in that case was not the proper judge or the right judge who should have handled the case. So that was how he came out of prison, and they promised that the case will be revisited, promised EFCC that they shouldn't worry, the case will be looked into. Ever since then, we've not heard anything, and he now declared that he wants to run for presidency. Who knows, that maybe he has seen that this is going to be there at some point, so he has decided to step down. In the coming days, we're going to be see some of these aspirants stepping down again just for this single reason. As APC is taking this seriously, they are threatening aspirants with criminal records. Also, maybe because we know a lot of persons purchased this 100 million naira presidential form. A lot of persons purchased them. Maybe it's a way for them to reduce the number of aspirants. But in APC, the corruption in that party is not just APC, all the political parties in the country. Corruption is the order of the day. But APC itself is one party who are bold of what they do in there. They've said it before that if you join their party, your sins will be forgiven, and if you leave their party, they will come after you. So it's very hard for you to see one person in that party that does not have one fraud allegation or one criminal charge against them. I don't know how APC, how they are going to go about it, but they've come out openly with this. I hope they follow it through and deal with those who have criminal record, and we'll see how they treat all of that. Also on the forms, you know that there was a mandatory part for them to sign that they will be asked to step down at any point in time. Some of them filled that part, some didn't complete their part because some said, according to the court, that section was illegal because it was like a way of getting consensus. So you've already signed in your form regardless of your 100 million naira and regardless of how the primaries goes. If the party leadership decides that, you know what, we just need a consensus, they will not be speaking to people again to step down because everyone had already signed the form before even submitting it. NYC certificate was also asked for as part of the screening process. The National Youth Service Corps, their discharge certificate, and also tax clearance. In the coming days, like I said, they're going to be dropping, a lot of persons will drop out of the race, and we'll also be seeing for what reason they are dropping out. APC is seriously working hard to see how they retain power come 2023. Well, Nigerians are of different views. It's mixed opinion anyway. Some are feeling that APC have done well, but majority of Nigerians, to be honest, I feel that the party has not done well for the country. Corruption has just multiplied, the insecurity, the economy is very, very harsh. Standard of living, the cost of living is so high right now. All under President Muhammadu Buhari's government. He's been in power for over 7 years. Next year will make it 8 years. And all of the things he promised during his campaigning and the electioneering period, they were not met. And these aspirants are promising same again. Well, guys, leave us your take. Thank you once again for staying tuned. And please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again on more updates. Bye.